How do you feel when you speak English? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel your mind go blank? Do you know the words, but they don't come out? If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Many English learners feel exactly the same way. In this episode, I'm going to help you understand why speaking English feels difficult. And more importantly, I'll show you how to feel calmer and more confident when you speak. You will not hear complicated explanations. You will not feel pressure. After this episode, you will feel more relaxed using English. You will understand your problem more clearly, and you will know what to do next to improve your speaking. You don't need perfect English. You need comfort, confidence, and practice. Let's start. Many English learners tell me the same thing. They say, I feel stuck. I know some English, but I'm afraid to speak. I study, but my progress feels very slow. If you feel like this, please listen carefully. You are not alone. Almost all English learners feel this way at some point in their journey. Beginner learners feel it, intermediate learners feel it, even advanced learners feel it sometimes. So, feeling stuck does not mean you are bad at English. Feeling nervous does not mean you cannot improve. These feelings are not a problem. They are a normal part of learning. When English feels uncomfortable, it does not mean you are failing. It means you are learning something new. It means your brain is working. So remember this, feeling uncomfortable is part of learning, not a sign of failure. Let's talk about how learning English really works. Many learners believe one thing. They believe progress should look like a straight line. Today is better than yesterday. Tomorrow is better than today. Every week, English feels easier. But real learning does not work like that. Learning English goes up and down. Some days feel good. Some days feel difficult. Let me give you an example. One day you speak English easily. The words come out. You feel confident. You think, yes, my English is improving. Then another day, something changes. You want to speak, but the words disappear. You forget simple words. You feel slow. And then you think, what is happening? My English was better before. I'm getting worse. But please listen carefully. This does not mean you are going backward. This does not mean you are losing English. And it does not mean you are failing. What is really happening is this. Your brain is learning quietly. Your brain is organizing the language. It is building connections. It is doing deep work that you cannot always feel. Learning often happens before you feel confident. That is why progress feels invisible sometimes. Think about learning to walk. A child stands up. The child falls. Stands up again. Falls again. From the outside, it looks slow. But inside, the body is learning balance. Language learning is the same. Every time you struggle, your brain is adjusting. Every time English feels hard, your brain is learning something new. So when you have a bad day, do not panic. Do not think, I should stop. Do not think, I'm not good at languages. Instead, think like this. Today feels hard. But learning is still happening. Let me give you another example. One week, you understand a podcast easily. You feel relaxed. You enjoy listening. Then the next week, you listen again and it feels difficult. You miss words. You feel confused. This does not mean your listening is worse. It often means your brain is noticing more. You are hearing details you did not hear before. And that can feel uncomfortable. Discomfort is often a sign of growth. When something feels easy, you are using what you already know. When something feels hard, You are learning something new. So please be patient with yourself. Do not measure your English day by day. Measure it month by month, year by year. That is where real progress appears. Let me say this again because it is very important. When English feels hard, learning is still happening. Your job is not to feel confident every day. Your job is to keep going, to keep listening, to keep speaking, to keep practicing. Trust the process. Trust your brain and trust yourself. Now let's talk about the biggest enemy of confident speaking. It is not grammar. It is not vocabulary. It is fear. Fear is very common for English learners. Many learners feel afraid when they want to speak. They are afraid of making mistakes. They are afraid of being judged. They are afraid of sounding stupid. These fears live inside the mind. You may think things like this. What if my grammar is wrong? What if people laugh? What if I sound silly? These thoughts feel very real, and because they feel real, your body reacts. Fear is not only in your mind, fear is also in your body. When you feel afraid, your body becomes tense. Your shoulders tighten. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your voice becomes weak or tight. And when the body is tense, the brain cannot work freely. Words get blocked. Sentences disappear. You know what you want to say, but nothing comes out. This is not because your English is bad. It is because fear is controlling your body. Fear puts your English into silence mode. Many learners tell me this. When I practice alone, I can speak. But when someone listens to me, I freeze. This is fear. Not lack of ability, not lack of knowledge. Fear. Fear tells you to be quiet. Fear tells you to wait. Fear tells you that you are not ready. But fear is not your teacher. Fear does not help you learn. Fear only protects your comfort zone. And growth never happens in the comfort zone. Let me tell you something important. Feeling fear does not mean you should stop speaking. Feeling fear means you are close to growth. Think about this. Every time you speak English while feeling afraid, you are training your brain. You are teaching your body that it is safe to speak. And slowly, very slowly, fear becomes weaker, and calm becomes stronger. This is how confidence grows. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is speaking even when fear is present, and choosing to continue. So what should you do when fear appears? First, slow down. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders. And remind yourself of this. I am allowed to make mistakes. I am allowed to sound like a learner. I am learning. When your body feels calm, your English can flow again. Calm opens the door. Fear closes it. So remember this key idea. Fear stops your English. Calm helps your English grow. Now let's talk about mistakes. Because many learners believe mistakes are the biggest problem. But mistakes are not the problem. Silence is the real problem. Mistakes are normal. Mistakes are expected. Mistakes mean you are trying to use English. If you never make mistakes, it usually means you are not speaking enough. Think about this for a moment. When you make a mistake, you are using English at the edge of your ability. That is exactly where learning happens. Now let's think about children. Children make many mistakes when they learn their first language. They say wrong words, they use wrong grammar, they mix things up. And nobody tells them to stop speaking. Nobody asks them to be perfect. We all understand something important. Mistakes mean learning. But when adults learn English, something changes. Adults expect perfection too early. They want correct grammar. They want the right word every time. They want to sound natural immediately. And when this does not happen, they feel disappointed. They feel embarrassed. So they choose silence. This is very common, and it is very human. But silence slows learning. Let me say this clearly. You cannot learn to speak if you do not speak. Reading helps, listening helps, but speaking is a skill, and skills grow through use. Many learners ask me this question: should I speak if my English is not correct? And my answer is always the same. Yes, absolutely yes. Because communication is more important than accuracy. If you say something and the other person understands you, you are successful. Even if your grammar is not perfect, even if your sentence is simple, even if your accent is strong, understanding is success. Let me give you a simple example. If you say, "Yesterday I go market," people still understand you. The grammar is not perfect, but the message is clear. That is usable English. Usable English helps you communicate. Usable English helps you connect with people. Usable English helps your confidence grow. Perfect English is not required for this. Many learners wait. They wait to feel ready. They wait to know more grammar. They wait to learn more words. But while they wait, they do not speak. And confidence does not grow in silence. Confidence grows when you use English. Confidence grows when you share ideas. Confidence grows when you accept mistakes. Mistakes are feedback. They show you what to learn next. When you make a mistake, your brain notices it. Your brain adjusts. And learning becomes deeper. So let's change one idea together. Do not ask, "Was my English perfect?" Ask instead, "Was I understood?" If the answer is yes, you did well. Speak first, improve later. That is the natural order. Let me say this one more time. You don't need perfect English. You need usable English. English that helps you speak. English that helps you share ideas. English that helps you connect. Mistakes are part of the process. Silence is the real enemy. Choose speaking. Choose practice. Choose progress. Now let's talk about a very common belief. Many learners say this to themselves: "I will speak when I'm ready." This sounds reasonable, but this belief quietly slows your progress, because the truth is simple. You do not become ready and then speak. You speak and then you become ready. Speaking creates readiness. Waiting creates fear. When you wait, your mind has time to imagine problems. What if I make mistakes? What if I sound bad? Fear grows in waiting. But when you speak, even with simple English, your brain learns that speaking is safe. Every time you speak, fear becomes smaller, confidence becomes stronger. You do not need perfect sentences. You do not need long answers. Speak with mistakes. Speak with simple sentences. Speak even when you are unsure. That is how confidence grows. Remember this key idea. Confidence comes from speaking, not before speaking. Now let's practice together. Listen carefully and repeat. 1. I can speak even if I make mistakes. I can speak even if I make mistakes. 2. I don't need to be ready. I don't need to be ready. 3. Speaking helps me feel more confident. Speaking helps me feel more confident. 4. Waiting only makes me more afraid. Waiting only makes me more afraid. 5. I will speak now. I will speak now. 6. I can use simple English. I can use simple English. 7. Simple sentences are enough. Simple sentences are enough. 8. I am allowed to make mistakes. I am allowed to make mistakes. 9. Mistakes help me learn. Mistakes help me learn. 10. I don't need perfect grammar. I don't need perfect grammar. Great, let's continue. 11. People can understand me. People can understand me. 12. Understanding is success. Understanding is success. 13. I feel nervous, but I can still speak. I feel nervous, but I can still speak. 14. Confidence grows when I practice. Confidence grows when I practice. 15. Speaking is how I improve. Speaking is how I improve. 16. I don't need to wait anymore. I don't need to wait anymore. 17. I choose action over fear. I choose action over fear. 18. Every sentence makes me stronger. Every sentence makes me stronger. 19. I am learning every time I speak. I am learning every time I speak. 20. I speak now and grow later. I speak now and grow later. Excellent work. You spoke today. That is already progress. Let's talk about grammar. Grammar is important, but grammar should help you speak. Grammar should not stop you from speaking. Many learners think too much before speaking. They check every sentence in their head. They try to be perfect. And when they think too much, they stop speaking. A better way is simple. Learn small grammar pieces. Use them in real sentences. Hear them many times. Remember this: grammar is a tool, not a cage. Shadowing. Grammar as a tool. 10 sentences. 1. Grammar helps me speak. Grammar helps me speak. 2. Grammar does not control me. Grammar does not control me. 3. I don't need perfect grammar. I don't need perfect grammar. 4. Simple grammar is enough. Simple grammar is enough. 5. I speak first and fix later. 6. Thinking too much slows me down. Thinking too much slows me down. 7. I can use grammar naturally. I can use grammar naturally. 8. Small grammar pieces work best. Small grammar pieces work best. 9. I learn grammar by using it. 10. Grammar is a tool, not a cage. Grammar is a tool, not a cage. Now let's talk about vocabulary. Many learners say this: I know many words, but I forget them. This happens for a simple reason. Words are learned alone. Too many words are learned too fast. Lists look productive, but they are easy to forget. Words do not live alone. Words live in sentences. Words live in situations. The solution is simple. Learn words in sentences. Repeat fewer words more often. Remember this key idea. 5 words you use are better than 50 words you forget. Shadowing. Vocabulary with context. 10 sentences. 1. Words need sentences. Words need sentences. 2. Words are easier in context. 3. I learn words by using them. 4. I don't need long word lists. 5. Fewer words repeated often work better. 6. I remember words from real situations. I remember words from real situations. 7. Using words helps me remember them. Using words helps me remember them. 8. I choose quality over quantity. I choose quality over quantity. 9. 5 useful words are enough. 5 useful words are enough. 10. I use my words every day. I use my words every day. Now let's talk about everyday comfort. You don't need big changes. You don't need long study hours. Comfort grows from small daily habits, little by little, day by day. First, speak a little every day. 1 sentence is enough. Second, use simple English. Simple English is powerful. Third, accept mistakes. Mistakes are normal. They are part of real communication. And please remember this. Be kind to yourself. You are learning. You are growing. Even when you don't feel progress, progress is happening. Comfort grows with gentle, daily use. Shadowing, Daily Life English 1. I speak a little English every day. I speak a little English every day. 2. 1 sentence is enough. 3. I use simple English. 4. Simple English helps me relax. Simple English helps me relax. 5. I accept my mistakes. I accept my mistakes. 6. Mistakes are part of learning. Mistakes are part of learning. 7. I talk to myself in English. I talk to myself in English. 8. I describe my day in English. I describe my day in English. 9. I name things around me. I name things around me. 10. English is part of my life. English is part of my life. Very nice. Let's continue. 11. I don't rush myself. 12. I am patient with myself. 13. Feeling comfortable takes time. Feeling comfortable takes time. 14. I am doing better than I think. 15. Every day helps me improve. Every day helps me improve. 16. I use English in real life. I use English in real life. 17. English feels more natural now. English feels more natural now. 18. I am not afraid to speak. I am not afraid to speak. 19. Comfort grows with practice. Comfort grows with practice. 20. I enjoy using English. I enjoy using English. 10. Closing, encouragement and gentle challenge. Before we finish, let's remember what you learned today. Confidence comes from practice, not from waiting. Mistakes are part of growth. They are not a problem. Fear is normal, but fear does not control you. Now here is your gentle challenge. Today, say one sentence in English. Just one. Do not check grammar. Do not stop yourself. Speak freely. You are doing better than you think. You really are. Be proud of yourself. Let me leave you with this final message. You don't need perfect English to speak confidently. You need courage. You need patience. And you need practice. Thank you for learning with Speed Up English. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you next time.